KK, welcome to my channel. My name is Kylie, but you can also call me KK, and today I'm starting my new series called Becoming Me. In this series, I will be documenting my journey of trying new things and learning about myself so that I can better myself for the future. So for today, I am making a mason jar of the ideas that I've come up with, and all of my ideas fall into one of two categories. My first category is creativity, which would include activities like writing poetry or baking or making a puzzle, and these will help me to learn about what I love and also help me build some hobbies to have my free time instead of like scrolling or something. My second category is personal growth, which includes things like journaling, taking walks outside, meditating, or starting a better morning routine. And these will not only help me to learn about myself and what works best for me, but also help with my mental health and things like that. With each of these activities, I will document and reflect on my experience, and the things that I find bring me the most joy or work best for me, I will hopefully integrate them into my day-to-day life and routine. So let's go get started. So I've cut out a bunch of these little strips of paper to turn into paper stars once we put all the ideas on, and then I retrieved the jar to put them all in, and I wrote them all down in my notes app here so I can remember them easily. So I'm going to write each one down and fold it into a little paper star to put in this jar, and then whenever it's time to do one, just pick one out of the jar at random. So here's all my paper strips and a little sneak preview of some of the things that we'll be getting up to. But of course I can also add a bunch more because I kind of made a lot of these strips. So whenever I think of an idea, I'll like add one. But now we're going to turn them into little stars to add to our jar. As I'm finishing up these last few stars, I wanted to tell you more about this idea that I had. So this is going to be my Becoming Me series. And in this series, I don't want to become like that girl or her. I just want to become me and learn about what healthy habits and hobbies I can stick to and keep in my life. So I will be using this little jar as a way to build those habits. And I know it's a fairly unconventional and silly way to do it, but I have found that habits can come from like strict routines and diets and whatever, but also sometimes you gotta have a bit of whimsy. Sometimes you gotta play around a little. So this is hopefully by making this more fun and like cute and whimsical, it'll be less of a chore and more of like a fun game or something. But with college and growing up, moving out and stuff coming up soon, I want to especially work on myself and learning about myself and the world around me. So hopefully this is a good way for me to do that. And so this series won't be about having like strict diets or like really hard to stick to routines, but it's just me giving myself permission to try, to learn, and to grow. Okay, so I finished all my stars. We got them all in the jar here. And we are going to choose one of these to do tonight. I know it doesn't really look like a lot, but we can add as many as we want to this. And I mean, I feel like this is plenty to start off with. So let's see what we're doing. Journaling. There you go. Oh, you can't even read that. It's inverted. Oh well. I'm glad it's this one though, because I've been meaning to get back into journaling because I used to do it like a while ago, but then, you know, it like started working, and so I'm like, oh, I don't need this anymore. So we're gonna get back into that. We'll figure out a good prompt to do daily, and I also need to find a cute notebook to use. So let's go do that. So I went through my room and collected all like the notebooks that I've written like in once and like never touched again. So this one I've actually used before for journaling, and I did like an entire summary of my day, which I have found is not the best way to go because then I just get overwhelmed and quit. So I think this one I'm gonna use this one, and it'll be like a gratitude journal, and I'll just write down like 1 to 5 things that I'm grateful for each day. And then this is the idea that I found. It's like a brain dump journal. So like at night when you're like running through everything you have to do tomorrow or whatever, like, and your mind's running wild, you just write down all those thoughts, and then if they're actually important, you have them written down for the morning, and usually they're not actually important. So I think I'm gonna use these two and put them on my nightstand. So I just got back from work, hence the outfit change, but I'm gonna go get cleaned up and ready for bed. And on top of journaling, I'm gonna try also like not listening to music or podcasts or like watching like a show while I get ready for bed to hopefully like destimulate my brain. I don't know, and hopefully like it'll help me collect my thoughts, I guess. And like it's not like we're doing like some crazy journal prompt, but I think that might like help me to calm down and not need to watch like an entire episode of Glee before I can fall asleep. So let's go ready for bed. So I'm all ready for bed, and I think in my next video I'll film a morning and night routine for documentation purposes and so I can see like my growth and stuff. But for tonight, the next thing I'm gonna do is turn on some like fun lights to make it a better atmosphere for journaling, and I'm also gonna use my projector and put like a New York skyline or something on my wall so it looks like I'm like overlooking New York or something. Pretty cute setup here, so I'm going to write down 3 things that I'm grateful for in this journal, and then also just like a quick sentence of the best part of my day, because I feel like that's a good easy way to start journaling. And I feel like I need to add more. We'll add more later, but I think the most important thing right now is for me to build the habit of doing this every night, and I think this will be good. It'll help me build gratitude and to live in the moment a bit more. And then my other smaller brain dump journal will be more of a like to use when I need it, but less like I need to do it every single night, you know. But let's get into it. Okay, so for my thoughts so far, I think that this will be really helpful for me, and writing down the things that I'm grateful for was nice because it helped me think about all the things that I'm blessed to have every single day or just today. And once you kind of get in that mindset, I feel like it's easier to think of stuff. Like my plan was to write down 3 things, but I ended up writing down 6. So I think this will definitely help me be more grateful and in the moment. And then writing down the favorite part of my day helped me reflect on all like the positive moments that happened today, because I had to choose like my favorite one. So I think that one will hopefully help me stay in the moment and like enjoy the day to day. So if I end up using the brain dump journal, I will talk about that in the morning. But as for now, good night. Good morning. I did end up using the brain dump journal last night, and I found this really helpful because instead of having to like constantly be thinking about the things I wanted to remember for tomorrow, they were just on this piece of paper. So as soon as I wrote it down, I could just let it go. So I will definitely be making this a regular thing and keeping this next to my bed. But as for journaling, it gets a gold star from me, and I hope to add it into my daily routine because it was fairly helpful. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!